Yo, blessed love. This is Max the Breeze. It's time to land the more stories.
Blessed love. My Voice Network.
What are you waiting for? Come together, together, calling from near and far. Know who you are. What are you waiting for? Rally up, it takes the dust. What are you waiting for? Ancestors paved the way for us. Yes, I am Ketis Oyonde, asking, what are you waiting for to come together? The time has come for the lions to tell our own story. This is the Lion's Voice.
African pride, root of all nations, boy. Try the Rastafari. Lion of it trod with lioness like title. Empress on the front line, we need you. Well, this is Medicine, the steady one, and you are now tuned in to the Lion's Voice Network. What the lion forward for do? Scorch them. Roast and parch them.
Empress Manel, and a young scientist. Oh, you roll, universally unfold, be told. Blessed love, this is Itege Idama, and it's time for the lioness and the lion's voices to be heard. This is the Lion's Voice, Rastafari.
Greetings, this is Warrior King, and the time has come for the lions and the stones. This is the Lion's Voice, and celebrate the full blessing that's been poured on me. Give thanks and praise. I use as an instrument to set the people free. Jackie the power to shine. The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open, please wake up. Blessed love, present all. Lion's Voice, we come to tell our story. Rastafari, live it. Hey, the Lion's Voice, Rastafari.
Yeah. David Dread of Steel Pulse voice, because it's time that a lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here. Hear me now. Yeah, the lion's voice.
I'm non-Rebecca. The time has come for the lioness to tell her story from her viewpoint, to tell the world who Queen Omega is. This is the Lion's Voice.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the light. Lion Voice.
Yeah. Yes, coming together, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren and sisters, perfect love and unity. It's like sacrament. Come on.
This is the liberty. Every day more positive energy. This is the liberty. Live life, right life to infinity. This is the liberty. Up in the heights with the might of the Trinity. This is the liberty. Live life just like His Majesty. Hey yo, wake up in the morning, give thanks and praise. Give thanks for this life, cause these are difficult days. Gotta hold the liberty, gotta make a stand. I'm not a thug, I'm
more of a family man. Can't just think about today, cause tomorrow will come. Gotta set the foundation for the youth while they're young. With education, it's the information age. If you don't got knowledge, then you live as a slave.
Yeah, it's such a natural way to live. And no matter what you face, be positive. Wanna be with his majesty. Taught me many things, you know. I listened to him. He king of kings, you know. I bomb tracks with pop to the new flower.
Reggae and vinyl CDs and Rastafari books. Rastafari owned and operated for over 15 years. We ship worldwide. We have many titles from Frontline Publications in stock. We have 50 plus Akabeka Midnight titles, which we believe is the most of any shop in the world. Special invite for the Lion Pride. Use code Lion's Voice and save 10% store-wide. If you spend $125 or more, the discount goes up to 15%. Visit us online at www.irootsrecords.com. The time has come.
321 Productions and RBG Alliance presents the 3rd annual Conscious Reggae Concert Family Unity Fest,
Featuring the Abyssinians, Aisha Bell, Mary Isaacs, Gux, Bria, many more at the Jammings in New Kingston. 2,500 pre-sold, 3,000 at the door. Children under 12 for free. Don't miss the Abyssinians live in Kingston, Jamaica. Can't be missed. History.
In the heart of violence and women, serious vigilante emerges. For the woman painted people unfurls a gripping narrative of empowerment, retribution, and the pursuit of justice. Brenda groups bond together in therapy over their struggles, but soon their group becomes the subject of an investigation. As the vigilantes' actions escalate, the relentless detective, Officer Woodley, races to unmask the mystifying figure. For the woman painted purple is a pulse-pounding tale that explores the boundaries of justice, revenge, and the fighting spirit. This thrilling saga delves to the complexities of dealing with mental health, coping with domestic abuse, and finding love after. Own your copy today. Visit www.davanigroup.com.
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of His chosen Queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Chazmatch Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man. I'm a creative industry attorney, I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of Lion Voice Live. Welcome to Lion Voice Live and welcome to the Lion Voice Network, where the Lions are telling our own story. Today we are headed to Nairobi, Kenya, over land and sea to reason with the Rastafari Society of Kenya. We are continuing with our Africa Voices series. Last strong we were in Sierra Leone, in Freetown. Today we're gone to Nairobi. There's no other platform like this, family. They them just have to accept, say, Lion Voice Network is global. The Lion Pride is global. And we are breaking ground never broken before, bringing the global identity of Rastafari. This is more than a channel. This is an uprising. This is a people uniting over land and sea. And today we're going to get an update from what's going on in Nairobi. Big ganja case taking place. We're going to hear the intimate details about what's happening. But even generally, we want to know what's going on with our brethren and sistren in Kenya. All the vibes. We see some unrest happening from time to time in Kenya. The Kenya president look like him bow. I don't know what's going on. So we want to hear a Rastafari perspective on everything that has to do with Kenya today. But before we bring forward this, let me just give thanks for the greatest online community planet. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the IDEM. Right now, 8 of the IDEM are watching live. It's going to jump up as the word sound go out. It's early morning in the West. But I'm talking about the 8 of the IDEM who are watching live. The IDEM are the greatest. And we know hundreds will watch on the replay. Big up on yourself. All the Lion Pride, near and far. We just dropped the June newsletter after. This is the first newsletter of the year, and we're going to do better to get the newsletters out every month. But you know, this is a one, well, let's call it a 2-person army behind the scenes, myself and my royal queen, doing all the heavy lifting, working full time, managing the ecosystem. So be patient with us, because this is a massive machine that we are rising up in the name of Rastafari, independent, non-aligned media. So thank you for the patience, but we're going to do better. We're going to get the newsletter out. I think we got over 300 emails on the newsletter list. So if you want to be part of the email list, make sure you either go to thechazmatchkwasi.com or go to Patreon/thechazmatchkwasi and sign up. You can sign up as a free member if you don't want to be a monthly subscriber. So you make sure you get the email. If we get kicked off of all the platforms, the email list is all we have. So really, the Lion Pride, the core of the Lion Pride is the email list, because that's the one thing that we own on side of all the platforms that we can communicate directly with the IDEM. So make sure the IDEM, if we have your email, make sure we have your email. We're trying to get that to 1,000 emails at least. Big up to everyone who got the newsletter. If you want to be part of our WhatsApp group, also send a message on Patreon. We need your phone number. We can add you to the WhatsApp group and make sure the IDEM tap in. Again, this is not just YouTube channel. I want the IDEM to make it clear. This is a global uprising. Big up everyone who see the vision. We are increasing now. If you see the intro, we get more girls and more ones are coming on board. I'm getting outreach. And let me just say this before I bring forward the guests. The prices that we have for commercials now will never be this low again in the history of the whole planet Earth. So now is the time to get on board with the pricing that we have now and grow with the platform. Once we hit 100,000 subscribers, all the prices are going to go up. So come in now. These are cheap. No, I won't say cheap. Inexpensively priced. Big up Sister Devani Green, our latest advertiser. She has a novel, a vigilante novel, where sistering them suit up as vigilante and start kill off the rapists them and the oppressor them. And she asked me, I don't know if this is going to be in tune with the I platform because of the vigilante. I told the sister, my daughter name is Ya Santewa. You know what I mean? I'm a Naya Bingi man. You know what I mean? Death to black and white down pressers. So I don't mind have a novel advertised on the channel where oppressors them a get slew. It's fiction. We would love to see the movie too. We'd watch the movie. But make sure you support, buy the novel. Our latest advertiser, Sister Devani Green, she was on with Ras Wambua Mwendwa. And I love it. So everyone, if you have a book, you want to advertise with it. If you're an artist and you're releasing a project, an album or a single, advertise with us. You know what I mean? Spend money. And big up, I have a next UK I just recently who was getting ready to come on board with his children's book. So we're going to be pushing all of these products. iRoots words, conscious reggae concert. We're lining up a reasoning with the Abyssinians. All kind of things are happening. But the key is spend your money where your heart is. No one is coming to save us as Rastafari people. So we are not building our own ecosystem outside of Babylon. What are we doing? We're just chatting about things. So I ask everyone who see the vision, everyone who is lining support and make it viable. I want to be full-time doing this work. You know what I mean? That's the vision I have. And I can only do that if the channel is fully monetized and we have commerce and things happening here on the platform. So we're going to continue to bring top tier global interviews, global reach. And the only thing I ask of the item is support our guests, support our advertisers, spend money in the ecosystem. Let's forget about Babylon. Come out of her, my people. Lest ye be partakers in her plagues and share in her sins. Let's take our dollars out of Babylon that we're working and put them in the ecosystem. We're building the alternative. We're building Zion on earth. All right. That being said, we are here. Big up Dr. Paliani. Big up all of the ones them. And remember, later today, we are returning with a legend in Rastafari media, one of the pioneers. Ras Bobby Morgan will be on at 5 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Jamaica time, talking about the work he did, historic work in Malawi. Big up Dr. Paliani for the link. All of the global family. And again, we are building a global network. This is not about Jamaica. This is not about Trinidad. This is not about USA. This is about Rastafari, Pan-African family globally. So the item are witnessing something that's never been done on this scale. And we are creating a global Pan-African Rastafari ecosystem, and it's beautiful. So that being said, without further ado, let us bring forward our brethren and sister from Nairobi. Big up all the Lion Pride and Patreon. Big up yourself, the brethren, one of our foundation early day one brethren out of Georgia. Big up yourself. All right. So we're going to bring forward our guests for today. I want to give a warm Lion Pride welcome to Ras Wambua and Ras Benanaya. Can you put on your camera, Ras Benanaya? Put on your camera, please. Unmute yourself, King, and introduce yourself. Family. Wambua, unmute yourself. Just press the mute button. Isis.
Yo, me there.
Yes, I. Just introduce yourself, King.
Yo, man, heal up.
Introduce
Rastafari.
Ras Wambua. Go ahead.
Yes,
Yo,
King
man,
and
heal.
Queen. Yeah, man.
Okay. Let
King
Ras Wambua. Okay, Ras Wambua. Your time. Go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, man. I give thanks unto the Most High for this time. Yeah, man. I give thanks also for the Lion work.
Voice.
Yeah, big up all the brethren and sister there. Yeah, man. This is Nairobi, Kenya. I'm Ras Wambua, spokesperson, Rastafari Society of Kenya. Give thanks.
Give thanks, King.
Yeah, man.
We're well happy to see the eye. Ras Benanaya, introduce thyself.
Yes, blessed love, greetings, family, in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Kadama Haile Selassie, and Itegemenen, Creation Balance. My name is Ras Benaya from Rastafari Society of Kenya, and I serve in the Office of Communications. Yeah, man, and I'm also a farmer. I'm also a family man, hailing from the hills, the slopes of Mount Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Blessed Lord. Give thanks.
Give thanks. I just want to say it's really a joy to have the item. We're expecting a couple more brethren to join us. But until that happens, we just start with the item. This is a global platform. Ras Wambua. Where's the I from? Where was the I born? Where's the I story?
Yeah. My story started long time ago. When I was 12 years old. It was back there in 1982. Is when I
Okay.
started smoking marijuana. So
At 12.
yeah, man. Yeah, that's when I discovered the medicine. So
Okay.
since then until now, I'm a user of the plant, and I saw many brutalization going on among Rasta people. That's why we came together to find an umbrella. And here in Kenya, you cannot register anyhowly, but you have to follow the channels which are been put there. So we decided to
Okay.
register society as a community. So we came up with the idea of Rastafari Society of Kenya, because there's individual houses or individual person could not handle the system. You cannot handle the system here if you are alone.
Yeah.
We have to
Yes.
come up like a community to fight together.
Makes
So
sense.
that's why we came up with an umbrella called Rastafari Society. This umbrella carries all the
Okay.
mansions in Kenya, like Mawabingi, Solo tribes, and Bobo Shante are
Bobo
members.
Shanti.
Yeah, are also members of. Yeah, so we have fought many battles since 2018, when my daughter was denied going to school because of our dreadlocks.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to court, and as a Rastafari people, we were recognized as a here in Kenya, we have a constitution giving us a right to worship.
Yes.
So we were taken as other religion, the same as other religion. So
Yeah.
we were free to go to school. Our children go to school with their dreadlocks.
Okay. Stick up
Yeah,
in. Are you from Nairobi? Were you from Nairobi originally?
yeah. I'm from Nairobi,
Okay. And
but
and when yeah?
originally my parents came from Eastern Province of Kenya.
Okay. So you
Yeah,
said that at the age of 12 you started smoking ganja. When did you start to embrace His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie the First? When did you start on the chad?
yeah, man. Before 1982, I was. My mother was a Catholic,
Yes.
so she used to take us there. So when I come to realize myself, and I start asking questions there in church, they say I'm stubborn, and they say that God's word must not be questioned. So I thought as a little boy, I say, God created us with a mind. We must use our mind. So why can't these people allow me to think and know what is the truth, which I want to know? So when they denied me the truth, I didn't go to church anymore. That's why I became like a rebellion since that day.
Okay,
So
okay,
in August 1st that year, there was a coup here in Kenya.
okay,
Uh, the Air Force took over, so the soldiers were walking everywhere here smoking marijuana. So I decided myself to test one.
okay,
So I was having a shilling, so I go and bought one for 50 cents.
okay,
Yeah, since that day I became a user, a stoner. You see,
okay.
yeah.
That was at 12. But when did you embrace His Majesty now? When did you go into the faith? But just more than the plant.
You know, I think it was in my blood because it was hard to shave me since that
Yes.
time.
Okay.
So my mother and my aunties was to use force against me to shave me. So when I grow much older and stronger, they couldn't shave me anymore. So I started growing my dreadlocks at early age,
Okay.
but I didn't realize who is His Majesty until when I met the brother called Bongoman. We used to call him Bongoman.
Okay. What year was that?
Uh,
What year was that when you met Bongo Man?
it was before 90s, early,
Okay, in the 80s.
yeah, in the ending 80s there, because it's the time when the Jayuth came with a sound here in Nairobi and established a sound there in a club called Cantina. Yeah,
Okay.
that time we used to go there for reggae sessions. Yeah, and then when we met Bongo Man, he used to teach us about His Imperial Majesty.
Okay. Give
And
thanks.
in 1992, he came back. At that time, it was it was a ceremony for 100 centenary of His Imperial Majesty. So he arranged a bingi for us to chant that night. We'll put up a fire, a big fire, and then we chant the whole night.
Okay.
So since 1982 and 1992, I became more aware of His Imperial Majesty.
Give thanks. Give
Until now,
thanks.
yeah,
Give
I'm
thanks.
still
Give
on.
thanks. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
man.
I'm gonna I'm gonna bring forward some of your brethren now.
Yeah, man.
Because I see them coming in now. I see them coming in. I see the warrior them coming in. Yes,
Give
the
thanks.
warrior them coming in, the warrior them coming in. If the item can put your phones like this so we can see the item better. I'm coming to the Ras Benaya. Put your phone like this. Brethren and Christian, put it sideways. Ras Benanaya. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Talk to I, King. What was the I journey to Rastafari? The I give us some of the I journey.
Yeah, man, give thanks, my brethren, for the opportunity to speak up here and share I story about I trod in the Levity. And my trod, basically, I would say it's the vibe that was going on during the turn of the millennium, 2000 millennium, in the Babylon calendar. So it's at that time when I was a young teenager, and I got exposed to reggae music through my older brothers, and I heard more than the beat and the entertainment part of the reggae music. I heard the name Rastafari, and I heard the name Emperor Haile Selassie I, and I wanted to know more about that, something that my older brothers were not like interested in. They still loved the reggae music, but not the deeper message that was coming with it. So it was only later after high school that I would move to the city, because back then I was living in the countryside, and I had never seen a Rastaman anywhere, Not only that, but also there was not much information in form of written information or videos. We didn't have access to such audiovisual technology. So even to just watch Bob Marley music or such videos, Peter Tosh, it was really something rare. So it would only happen to me later when I trod to the city, because we all grow up in the roots and then we trod to the city to look for opportunities. So when I was in the city and I had that fire, actually I knew my mission in the city is to meet Rastafari and to learn more about Rastafari. That was deep in me. Of course, I was pursuing education, being sponsored by family members and all that. But I knew deep within myself that Rastafari is what I was like seeking. And I give thanks, by the grace of Jah, I met brethren, and I found a community, which is what I was really looking for. So I found the Haile Selassie Foundation in the ghetto of Kibera in Nairobi.
Legendary Kibera.
Kibera, the greatest ghetto. It's an university. It's a great college. So that's where I learned everything about Rastafari Levity, because since I found out the foundation, I actually moved in as a youth and volunteered and grew there and learned. And I really met a lot of people. That's where I found Ras Wambua, prophet, as we call him. I found also elders like Ras Jaden. And people like Ras Malonza, who is a farmer. He would really inspire I and I. And he actually invited I and I to his land. And we also learned a lot about, again, living in nature and also serving the community. So from there, my journey took the collective aspect of it. So I grew together with the brethren and the sisters at the Haile Selassie Foundation. Up to this point, where now we have the Rastafari Society of Kenya, which is has a bigger scope than what we were doing at Kibera. Yeah, man. Also mentioning something a bit about the herb, and my story is that I started using the herb as a teenager, and it happened also in my late teenage. I contracted asthma. I could be genetic or some kind of things, with the immune system. So little did I know that the healing has also impact on asthmatic people. So it's only later, like when I was in the city at the Haile Selassie Foundation, that I was able to learn about the chalice. And it actually helped me very, very, very practically. I remember one night I could just not breathe, and I was there, I was helpless. I could not even take the herb because by that time, when you have such an attack, you don't want any kind of smoke or such a thing. But I said, I have to take the chalice now. I have heard Peter Tosh sing, so I have the chalice here, and I tell you, my brethren, I just took just a little draw of the chalice, and instantly I felt a big relief in my lungs. My lungs cleared. I brought out what was blocking the air pipes, and it actually strengthened my stance about the herb as a healing, and I declared that I will forever stand with the herb from that testimony. And the story never ended there, because I would later come to just conquer the whole asthma vibe and just live a free man. So, and I still burn the herbs and still
give thanks,
partake the chalice, and it's very phenomenal to me in my life, and it's a big testimony that I give, because typically when someone knows you're asthmatic, the least thing they will expect from you is that you take up smoke in any form,
Yes.
But here you are taking a smoke, and it's a healing. So it's also complemented by science, that the herb has a bronchodilator aspect, properties within itself, coming from the THC, and also from the CBD, the anti-inflammatory aspect of it. So that really grounded I and I in the levity up until this point, when we are awaiting for the liberation of the plant, and I and I as a community.
And we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that vibration. I want to go to Ras Abasa. Ras Abasa, I want to get the eye journey. Talk to us about the eye journey to Rastafari. Is the eye from Nairobi as well?
Yeah, man, I grew up in Nairobi.
Ras.
Yeah, but now I'm in the Mount Kenya.
Okay. So tell us.
Yeah.
Mount Kenya. So tell us about the eye journey. Tell us about the eye journey.
Yes, sir. And my journey started there in the ghetto, no? I grew up in the ghetto called Dandora, Dandora, we linked up ghetto to ghetto. I come to find myself with the brethren at Kibera Haile Selassie Foundation, no? So it's where we grew up as brethren and sister and learning more of Rastafari, yeah?
Yes.
It's only way we can get to be accommodated in the ghetto, because in the ghetto, growing as a Rastaman is a problem, and being more stereotyped in Kenya, because once upon a time, the most wanted man in Kenya was Rastaman. So it had, that time was very tough. They used to shave Rasta. And also the story of Mau Mau, they took Mau Mau as terrorists, So whenever they could see Rasta, they know we are terrorists. So they could not differentiate Rastafari, Levity, and the terrorists,
Okay.
Till they erect the statue of living Kemathi is when we get freedom and redemption,
Okay.
But you are a defender of herbs, and what I do as a healer, I had to stand for the herbs. Also, I come from background, a community, a clan that use a lot of herbs also. And ganja being one of the basic ingredient in most of the herbs. Banyoro, even people discriminate them of herbs. Connecting to Rastafari.
What's the name of your people? What's the name of your people who use the herb?
My people, they call Banyore people.
Banyore people, okay.
The Banyore, the Ba. You see, the Bantu start with Aba Banyore.
Okay. Did you know that the Kikuyu, that the Mau Mau inspired locks in Jamaica. That was one of the reasons that the brethren in Jamaica started going locks was because of the Mau Mau. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know that, brethren. Yeah, because you know the Mau
Okay,
Mau.
yes, because they were seeing the Mau Mau in the newspaper. Yes.
Yeah, the
Go
Mau
ahead,
Mau is
go
one
ahead.
of revolutionary spirit, you know. So we are more grounded. This is the mountain of the moon area. We have Congo, Bongo, Naya, and the Mau Mau people.
Okay.
Yeah, you see
Okay.
the area of the Congo, Virunga, Rwenzori, and Mount Kenya, and Mount Kilimanjaro and Kilimambogo are the mounts around the mountain of the moon. So the movement of dreadlocks have been here since creation.
Isis, we love that.
Yes, and you see the vibration of drumming is more grounded in Uganda, Buganda, yeah?
Yes,
The East Central African civilization, even is not in the books now. Most people talk about the Upper Kemites, the Blue Nile, but we have also the White Nile civilization.
Yes, yes.
So we are lucky and blessed enough to come from those regions, yeah?
Yes,
Now we do
Yeah.
Congo, Gabon, Cameroon, eh?
I shan't see.
Yes, yes,
So when did the I embrace His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I the First?
Praise Imperial Majesty when I was a little boy in the ghetto, you know, growing up in the ghetto, because my parents have to go and leave us in the ghetto. So no one could help I and I, but it's only Imperial Majesty, you know. Because only Rasta who called the man in the ghetto could tell me to steal is bad, to do this is bad, engage in some activity. But all of them, the Christian, the Muslim, them I see more they used to scorn. Because they see us as the scum of the earth, you know.
Okay.
So getting that, you know, Haile Selassie and Empress Menen give her strength to have a black king who is ready to call I and I by his name. So it give her strength, you know. And since
Big
then
chance. How
until
old was the
now,
I when the I embraced?
Come again?
I said, how old was the I when the I embraced Rastafari?
I was around 14 years old, a teenager.
Okay, teenager.
Yes.
Okay. Mightiful. We do give
Naturally.
thanks for the I.
Yes,
We do give thanks. I see that the honorable priest is here with I and I. Let me bring forward the honorable priest. Hold on there. Let me bring forward the honorable priest. Honorable priest.
My lord, bless the Lord Majesty.
Yes, perfect love and strength. I want to bring in the I in this reasoning. Where is the I from? What is the I story?
I'm from Nairobi, Kenya, same way.
Okay.
Yes, Africa, eh?
Yes, and what was the I journey to Rastafari?
My journey been long, a lot of struggle as usual. I think we all go through that struggle as man and man growing within the Rastafari movement. Eh? So actually came to know about Rastafari as a young man, as a young youth. Eh?
Okay.
Those times, actually, what used to inspire us more was the reggae music. We used to listen to a lot of reggae music at that time. Huh? So that is where I kind of got the inspiration. Growing up, was reading books, His Majesty book, different books. The ones that mostly were Rastafari centered, or books that were talking about Rastafari. Till later on in life, I came and met with priests who came from Jamaica, Bobo Shanted priests.
Okay.
who came to Africa with a mission.
Mm-hmm.
That was in 1994. They came to Africa, they came to Ethiopia, went to Ghana, went to Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
and finally they landed in Kenya.
Okay.
So I met with the priest, I think I was around, I was meeting with the priest, I was around 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I met with the priest. I got to learn more from them from that time, more books, more culture, more teachings. That is how I kind of got grounded within the Rastafari movement until today. It has been a journey, as I hear my brothers speak expounding about the same. It has been a struggle in Kenya, growing up as a Rasta youth. Too many people don't understand what Rastafari is, or there's a lot of misconceptions still about Rastafari out there. At that time,
Yes.
So as time goes by, at least we see people and with the information age, so people can go on the internet and find the same information about Rasta for themselves. So now it is not compared to before. Now it is it has eased up.
Yes.
So that is how I came to know about Rastafari until now. I've grown up from a prophet. When I met with a priest, get my coronation as a prophet, build myself as a prophet, until I came and elevated myself to priesthood. So that is where we are at now. Where I'm at now.
Okay.
But I still give thanks for Rastafari. I give thanks for the knowledge, for the information, and for the mighty works. I do give thanks.
Give
yes,
thanks.
sir. Yes, sir.
Are you in touch
Yes,
with any
my
of the
brother.
Bobo Shanti in Jamaica?
Yes, I'm in touch with headquarters in Jamaica.
Give thanks. Give thanks.
Yes, sir.
Give
Yes,
thanks
my
for that
brother.
unity. I love the
Naturally.
unity I'm seeing in Kenya with the
Naturally,
Rastafari
naturally.
Society. And we're going to get to the ganja case, but I just want the people to know who the item are before we get to the ganja case. You know what I mean?
Naturally.
Ras Wambua. I saw next brethren there with the eye. Is there another brethren there with the eye? I'm trying to just introduce all of the brethren them. We're not seeing the eye. We're not seeing the eye. Adjust your camera. Yes, I. Is there a next brethren there with the eye? Is there another brethren there with the eye, Ras Wambua? Not here in the eye. You have to unmute. You have to unmute the eye self, King. I'm not hearing the eye.
Okay, I'm not with them right here.
Yes, the eye can let the brethren introduce himself. Is he another brethren from the society?
Maybe ask Benaya. I can reach them out.
Okay, no problem. I just saw next brethren with the eye. I thought he was part of the vibration. There was a next set of ones that came in and then they left. I don't know if are they gonna come forward. Ras Banaya is reasoning with the ones them. Hold on 1 second. We're fully loaded today, family. If the item can see, we're fully loaded. We have whole heap of brethren from Kenya here on the Lion Voice today. We are getting the full Nairobi explosion today. Ras Banaya, talk to us. Who are we talking to? All right, while we wait for the eye to line up the brethren them, let me go forward to Ras Abasa. Ras Abasa.
Yes, I am.
What is the Rastafari vibration like in Kenya overall? You know, how many Rastafari brethren and sisters are in Kenya? You think you have more than 1,000 Rastafari in Kenya?
Yeah, definitely there are more in numbers more than because it's the root of Rastafari.
Okay, okay. They are them claiming the
Yes.
root. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, if they have a lot of vibration this time, the later years were so complicated. But now being the age of information, people and the age of Aquarius, now people started knowing themselves, and we see a lot of even the mainstream society embracing the dreadlock, even being the stylish system, but they now try to embrace. It's not more
Yes.
being of rebellious anymore.
Okay, okay, okay.
Mm.
Hold on a second. I
And
see.
also we are earning more some respect because of ganja case when we sound of have a sound mind,
Yes, I.
Yeah,
Hold
because
on.
also yes, I am.
Yeah.
I see. I see. Let me talk to Ras Kainji.
Oh,
Kainji.
yeah.
We not get. Yes, I. Introduce the item themselves. Introduce the item themselves. Can you put your phone like this? Can you put your phone like this?
Yes.
So we can see all of the item. Yeah, we want to see all of the item.
Yeah,
Put your
man.
phone like this. Yes, I.
Bless and love, Rastafari.
Live it.
Kadama, we hide
The last year because
Jah
Rastafari.
Rastafari. Give thanks,
Yes.
family.
yes, Jah.
Introduce the
Yes,
item
sir.
self.
Give
Introduce
thanks,
the
live
item
boy.
self, family.
Yes, I am. Is Ras Kainge. A herbalist and a author. I write books as well. No, hold it like this.
Keep it how you had it.
And
Yeah, right there. Yes, I.
right here I'm with my brethren. You can see them.
Yes, I. Greetings, my brethren. Ana Ras Mudachi Savwa, aka Ras Black Musa. I'm the chairman of Rastafari Society of Kenya. Give thanks. Calling you from Haile Selassie Foundation.
Eli Selassie, Jah
Rastafari.
Man, Ras Alakhu Makau, Mudiani, RSK secretary, and also Naya Bingi priest. Give thanks and praise. Rastafari.
Rastafari.
We are representing Rastafari Society of Kenya, Haile Selassie Foundation. Long live
Mightyful, mightyful.
Brethren here in Kenya, give thanks and praise. I'm a beekeeper and Nita professional. Nita from Tanzania. Give thanks. Rastafari.
Rastafari.
Yes, give thanks, fire. Give thanks for the interview. I am Ras Waka, representing here, Rastafari Society from Kibera Massive. Yeah, firing it up here.
Yeah, man. Blessed be the youth. The youth are strong. Yeah, man.
Young Santara, young Santara. I call the young Santara.
We love the energy. We love the energy. We love the energy. This is a Kenya explosion today on the Lion Voice Network. Make sure you share this to your network.
Yes, sir. For sure, my lord.
We have brethren coming from Kenya, all sides, all tribes. Yes, family. So we want to know what is the vibe in Kenya right now. What's happening in Kenya right now with Rastafari? Ras Kaingi, what go on in Kenya right now? What's happening? Yeah, them can hear I. Okay, I think we're having a little bit of freezing. Can I hear I?
Give thanks and praises for the moment. Again? Yes, I. Can you hear?
Yeah, we can hear the eye
Can you
now.
hear?
We can hear the eye. Yes, I. We hear in the eye. The eye them can hear I. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty. Ras Alakhu, can the eye hear I? The eye can hear I.
Rastafari, yes I am.
Yes, I. Make we use the iPhone. Make we use the
Rastafari.
iPhone. What's happening? What's happening in
Give
Kenya?
thanks, Majesty. Can they hear I?
Yes, I. Give us an overview of what's happening in Kenya right now.
Give thanks, yes I. Give thanks for life, give thanks for Almighty, and Empress Nana. So what's going on in Kenya now is that we're having a delay with our court case. We were supposed to have had the judgment on the 28th of May, but we got postponed and we were given another date to the 15th of July. So currently what's going on in the ground is the usual persecution and tribulation that Rastafari has always been going through because of the hub. We have, of course, police coming into our yards, police coming into our tabernacles, you know, and brethren being stopped on the road and getting searched for the hub, and still paying bribes. Just 2 weeks ago, one of our brethren, actually Ras Wambua's son, was actually Ras Wambua's home was raided by the police and his home was searched. And Ras Wambua was not home, but his son, who was at home, was arrested by the police, and he spent a whole weekend in the police station. And then on the Monday, he was taken to court, and he's out on a bail. He had to pay a bail of 30,000 Kenyan shillings. So that is what's going on the ground now. Still, Rastafari going through the persecution because the police are taking advantage of the situation, of the delay in the courts, and the judge said that actually he needed more time to be able to draft the judgment, because he said it's a case that is going to, the judgment is going to be in effect, and it's going to affect a community, so he needs to take his time so that he can consider the different areas that the judgment is going to affect. So currently, the Rastafari, we're still being patient, as we are a patient people. We're still going through patience, you know, prayers and holding our fasting, so that you know, as we are praying for the Almighty to give I and I our due justice, because it's really the Almighty that we look upon, because it's only the Almighty who can give us justice and judgment, a fair judgment. So we're still calling on the international Rastafari community to stand with us in prayers, you know, and those who can hold a fast, because we know is a spiritual persecution, because the hub is not only I and I spirituality, but it's also I and I social unity, is also I and I economy, and we and together with the brethren, we've just spent the last few days and actually going through the memories of how much of our economy has been taken by Babylon, because we've had to pay bribes, you know, to pay court bails, because, you know, as a community who always stands together, when one of us is in police custody, then we have to put together our resources, you know, our little savings, put them together so that we can bail out our ones and ones. So it's a considerable amount of strength and economy that has been taken away from Rastafari, and we see the effect of it, because in Kenya, when you travel to Kenya, you will see, you will find I and I standing firm,
but we do not have Rastafari centers, we do not have Rastafari strong businesses, we do not have Rastafari schools, because it's been a war that has been going on ever since the so-called fake independence, so the Rastafari has not known any independence because we've not been given the chance to stand on our spirituality, on our ideology, and to express our thoughts and our emotions and our ideas and our visions on the hub. So we're really calling on the the unity of the Rastafari international community, because when Rastafari is strong on the continent, then Rastafari will be strong outside of the continent. Speaking concerning in connection also with repatriation, because as a people still we need to channel our economies, our social strength, our prayers towards preparing for repatriation, because we know that the time is ripe, the harvest is ripe. And because also the workers are few, we need to be able to strengthen each other. We need to secure lands. We need to make sure that we have strong Rastafari institutions on the continent that can continue to support the prayers of Rastafari, the ideology of Rastafari, the unity that is needed to build the Rastafari community. So still, we are still continuing to keep strong, because even today this is just coming after our support for the few strong who were able to come forward, and we still pray for I still, who are still trotting forward. So give thanks, we are still continuing to hold on to strength and to hold on to the unity and the teachings and the liberty of Rastafari. Give thanks.
Give thanks to hear that. I want to encourage the IDM to get involved in agriculture. We know that there's global food shortages coming, and I need to plant food along with herb so that I can really feed ourselves, because that's going to be our economic foundation. We are creating an ITAL standard, which I want to work with the Rastafari Society of Kenya, how we can implement the ITAL standard in Kenya. But this is something I think, as all Rastafari communities, we need to go back to the land or go forward to the land and plant food. You know what I mean? Because if we can't feed ourselves, we can't free ourselves. The person who feed you is in control of you. You know what I mean? So that is the foundation. We have to feed ourselves, brethren and sisters. And I know from experience that most of our Rastafari communities are still buying food in the market. A lot of that food in the market is full of pesticides, full of chemicals, and these things. So even though we say we eating ITAL, a lot of time we poisoning ourselves because we don't control the food supply chain. So I'm encouraging the IDEM, and we are willing to help the IDEM to find the financing, but the IDEM have to identify the land and these kind of things that we can plant food and have our own stalls in the market, red, gold, and green, where we selling good, clean food to the people. You know what I mean? This is where we have to start, and then from there we build our communities. But I want to hear from the IDEM the background. This is a big ganja case that is going to change potentially the face of East Africa. Who can give me the background on the case? Can we? Is that the Ras Benaya? Who can give I the background on this ganja case?
Yes, sir, Rastafari. Maybe my elder Ras Wambua, you would like to take on this.
Okay, Ras Wambua, give us the background of this ganja case.
Yes, as I said earlier, we came up together within our reasoning, we came up with this idea of filing the petition. Not because we wanted to challenge the government or the law, but we wanted the law to recognize us, because when they passed the narcotic law in 1994, they left us. They left us users out of the of the of the rights to use the marijuana, because it was given to only for two entities, doctors and researchers. So we as users, we were left out, and it was hard for we Rasta people to move around with our red, gold, and green, with our dreadlocks, because anywhere police they see us, they see marijuana, or they see opportunity to get money. So we being harassed in the streets, in our homes, unwanted searches, unwarranted searches. So we come up with this idea. We go and to the constitutional court, because we have an advantage of our constitution here in Kenya, because our constitution here in Kenya is supreme law of the land. So these other law which are passed in parliament cannot overpass constitution of Kenya, because it is the supreme law, and it gives us some advantages. So like freedom to worship, and it give us right to our culture, because culture is the pillar of our constitution here in Kenya. So we read our constitution very well, and we saw we have some advantages to be had in a constitutional court. So we went filed this petition in 2021. Yeah, 6 years passed. Now this month we were expecting to be given the judgment of the case, but the judge or the court asked for more time to analyze it very well, because they say it is a heavy case or petition. It need time to be put in a order that no one can see anything that is like corruption. You see, maybe I don't know. They're thinking much, but we give them time until July 15. We go and see what it will tell us. But we are ready for anything because when you enter the ring, you expect two things: uh, to defeat the opponent or to be defeated. But we are not there to challenge the government, but we want the government or that law to include us as users, as spiritual users of this plant, which is our holy hub. Yeah, man. Give thanks.
Give thanks, give thanks. How are we honorable priests? You can let us know how has the current law impacted the Rastafari community in Kenya?
Yes, my Lord. Give thanks once again for this opportunity. The current law has really had a negative impact on the Rastafari man and woman. Because as the brethren said, you see, we use herb. We all know Rastafari use the holy herb. And the constitution which was there before, on the penal code, it was criminal to use the herb.
Yes.
So at least now with the 2010 constitution that was inaugurated in 2010, it has on the Bill of Rights, it kind of have some rights that are there that were not on the previous constitution. So as the brethren said, that is why we decided to go to court so we can able to get our freedom.
Yes.
Because we know the herb is the only thing they can catch Rasta with. We are not criminals. We are not thieves. We are not murderers.
No.
We are peaceful, loving people.
Yes.
The only thing that we use and the only thing that the government can catch us on is just the herb.
Yes.
So we have seen in Kenya here, the LGBTQ society went to court. And the court gave them the right to be able to register the organization. So that also inspired us also to make this move. Because if they can allow the LGBTQ community, which is against all human, like it's against human nature. If they can allow such acts, why are they refusing the Rastaman to use a plant? This is not something we made ourselves. This is God-given plant. It is a plant. And we know these laws were made without African consent. And unfortunately, we have leaders who are dancing to the Western nations' tune.
Yes.
And we see it is being legalized in the West.
Yes.
And what is so funny is that whatever is legalized in the West, same way is what people accept in the East, in Africa.
Yes. Yes.
The LGBTQ society, the men to men, women to men, it was not there in Africa. We see them legalizing them in the West. We see them legalizing it in the East. In Africa, no.
Yes.
So it is against our rights, human rights, for them to deny us use the holy herb. And as the brethren said earlier, this is something that is not new. Many different cultures have been using, even in Kenya here, different cultures, they use it for different reasons, for treating different diseases.
Yes.
So even with the laws being there to criminalize the herb, there are societies, there are people, the communities which are using it as herb to treat different diseases. Some when children are born, they have to apply it on the children to protect them from measles and to protect them from bad energy. So when we went to court, as the brethren said, we didn't go to challenge the government or the laws. We went to get our right.
Yes.
So up to now, at least, as the brethren said, there have been those Rastafari arbitrary arrests that have been going on for the years.
Yes.
You see, once you is a Rastaman, you is a target. Whether you use it or whether you don't use it. So that is the situation that we have been having for the longest time. So instead of we sitting like sitting ducks, we decided to go to court and challenge the law, because the law itself, as I said, the new constitution, there's a chapter which says the constitution defends the use of indigenous seeds and culture, the marijuana being one of the indigenous seeds. So the current constitution, in a way, protects the seeds and the indigenous seeds and cultures, different cultures.
Okay.
So this now is what informs us to go to court to see whether the court can grant us that right. Because through Parliament now, if you have to go through Parliament, meaning the law has to be changed. And our society is strictly Christian or Islam, majority of them. That's why it's kind of a struggle for we to get our right, because these people see it as a drug. So that is why it has been a struggle. That is why it is like a hot potato. No one wants to get involved with it, even when we went to court. People are surprised. What are these Rasta trying to do? What are they trying? That's what most people have been asking. What are we trying to do? What are we trying to achieve?
That's so funny, because even the Bible tell you about the herbs. So the Christians are going against their own culture.
Naturally, against their own, because if you ask them who said maize is legal and herb is illegal, who said all these other plants are legal, and specifically the herb, they decriminalize it and make it illegal. You know, it's so funny. In fact, if you say we're intelligent people, this is not a reasoning or an argument or a conversation we need to be having as intelligent people, because we are talking about a God-given plant. Yes, so it has been a struggle, but we say we have to go through it because we know where the shoes, we the owner who put on the shoes, so we know where it hurts. That's why we came out, regardless of how people want to look at us. We have to come out and defend what we know is right, because this is a right. We're not going to court to seek a right that is not right. So it has been a journey, it has been a struggle, but we'll go through with it till the end. Because if we don't do it, then meaning we are not free as Rasta. If we cannot stand up for this right, we are not free as Rasta. The only thing they can catch us with is just the herb.
Yes, I.
So if we can fight
all over the earth,
naturally, all over the earth, at least some places like South Africa, they've been able to get their rights, and different countries. We have different countries in Africa that are legalizing it. And now, to make matters worse, to add salt onto the injury, we see the World Health Organization a couple of years ago, they dropped it from the hard drug list.
Yes.
And we see many countries also legalizing it for recreational, for medicinal purposes. So there's a lot of hypocrisy. You see the society, Christian and Islam society, full of hypocrisy. So that is what we are fighting against, hypocrisy. That is what we are up against, hypocrisy. Because if they can allow cigarettes, which they can allow cigarettes to be used, and they have noted on the packet that it is harmful to your health. We have them legalizing liquor, and they say, don't drink and drive, and I support not supposed to use it. And these things are legal. So we wonder, you see, there's no research, even these people who are supporting, who are against the herb. There is no report which has come out to show the effect of the herb, that it compared to, we have the NACADA, the body that deals with drugs in Kenya. They have statistics of the damages that liquor has done and the damages that cigarettes have done. But there's no research to show the effects or the damage that the herb has done. So there's no such research, and we as users know that this thing is not harmful. So we are up against hypocrisy. That is what we are fighting against. It's not even law. This is hypocrisy we are up against. Because if other nations are legalizing it, why not them fully legalizing it across the board, across the world, across the globe?
Yes.
So we are fighting against hypocrisy.
Give thanks, Elder.
Yes,
I
sir.
want to
Yes, I
ask
know.
Ras Abasa, outside of Nairobi, in the rural area of Kenya, how do they see the herb in the rural parts of Kenya, outside of Nairobi? Is there a stigma in the countryside?
It depends on the physical area. In the rural area, it's not so harsh, you know. Like where I live at, there are police respect sometimes. Sometimes to acknowledge black people have that resonance, you know. But the problem is the stereotyping, you know, when you talk about herb, someone will underestimate you always, you know. So they are not ready, but due to the younger generation are welcoming the idea of herb. And we have most, even the demographics of the users in Kenya is rising. You know? The youths are partaker now, and we need to protect our streets. That's even we are challenging the cordial laws, because the cordial laws were formed in Lancaster, and the last one formed in 1994. The constitution is 2010. So we have the upper hand when the government will follow the constitution. And being also deny our right and our fundamental right of culture, herb has been used in Kenya for many centuries of years. It's people who fear to talk the truth, because when you talk the truth here, you get yourself in problems. But this age, we are rising up to show enough is enough, because is more hypocrisy, as Chris says, being a medicine, and we know it. And even there's a generation here who tell you it's a medicine. They know for earache, you know, stomach problem, even other give even the livestock, you know, in their homes, you know. Like in Western, they have the bullfighting culture. When they evoke the spirit of that bull, they use herb and they talk with herb and fight. So it's so hypocrisy. Depend where you are in Kenya, you know. But most of Western Kenya herb was no problem there.
Okay.
Sorry.
I give thanks. I give thanks. Ras Benaya, I'm coming to the eye. The youth, you know, how do the youth of Kenya right now? Because I know Kenya is one of those places that is very westernized. Nairobi, you know, really, you know, is one of those kind of westernized cities. A lot of us in the diaspora are concerned about places like Kenya, Nigeria, because of the Western influence. So how do the youths them in Kenya look at Rastafari and the herb?
Yeah, man. Give thanks, my brethren. And I would like to say the whole vibe concerning the youth, we have to acknowledge that also there is the prophecy.
Okay.
And in most cases, when prophecy are fulfilled, the youths are normally an integral part of the prophecy. Remember, the youths are the elements of change in the society. So
yes,
when it comes to how the youths view Rastafari, most definitely more and more youths are acknowledging Rastafari through especially the works that members of the community are able to do, you know, the skills and the talents that we express. This make the youth also find Rastafari as a serious thing, just like it has happened in Jamaica, the history of Rastafari in Jamaica, when brethren do music and they excel in music.
Yes.
They earn that respect in the community, even beyond the Rastafari community, even within the society in a way. So I would say definitely the change is there with the youth in terms of seeing Rastafari as a solution to the day-to-day problems that we face, talk about even socioeconomic problems. And also they see the salvation aspect of Rastafari.
Okay.
Because Rastafari is godly, from the sunrise to the sunset, just dealing, godly manners and, consciousness. And it absolutely aligns with the prophecy. It aligns with also, I look at it from the aspect of the stage that we are in Rastafari since 1930 and now heading to 2030. There must definitely be a huge energy that brings a big change, and this change will definitely be manifested by the younger generation. So I would say I'm seeing more youths who embrace the levity more than it was even 10 years ago or 20 years ago. The change is massive, massive. The youths embrace Rastafari, the youths embrace the herbs, even from high school and all that, of course. That's why we would like to inspire the youths in a more, in a safer way, because out there again, the herb is not even safe. When you talk about the what people get outside there, you can get herb that is laced with certain chemicals, and then it just mixes your mind. So so that's why I and I, as Rastafari, we feel that heavier responsibility to come out and speak about the herb, make it a subject to be talked about, and bring safer ways of the herb, because they mix up the herb so much. They really mix it up. From the minute they call it a drug, they really mess up with the plant, such that some of the things they claim, it might appear like it's true, like the youths are getting out of minds, or the youths are becoming, in a way, hopeless. It's the drugs that are there, which are whereby they just pile up the herb together with these other drugs, and then so when it comes to the black market and what happens in the street, you can't differentiate. These things are handled the same in some cases. But all in all, we give thanks that as Rastafari, we've been able to survive that kind of system and gotten to this point where we can create a conversation that is mature, that is respectful, and that is about human rights concerning the herb. So we see the youths embracing the herb more. They see the youths are also facing the problem of alcohol abuse. So all points come into play when it comes to the herb, because the herb is known to help people who are addicts of certain things, opioids or even alcohol,
Yes,
so it's high time we really talk about even what science is really saying. It might sound so strange to the common person in the society there, telling them that the herb is better than alcohol, but it's a pure fact. Science, supports this. So these are the alcohol is a challenge among the youth, but Rastafari is the greatest opportunity that the youth have in this time. And I would say I'm proud to be a youth and a Rasta in this time, because it makes the most sense. Give thanks.
Give thanks. I bring up the youth because it's so important that I focus on the youths, because we know Africa is mostly youths right now, And I find a lot of I, even though most of the item came in as teenagers, what I'm seeing around the world is that we're not paying a lot of attention to the young youths them coming into the trad right now. And we need to really pay a lot of attention to them because they are our future, you know. So I really hope that we can establish some schools for the youth them, that we can have some institutions where the youth them can have fun too, you know, sports clubs, you know, they can play football, different things that the youths them can do under the Rastafari banner, so that we can attract more youths in a structured way, not that they just come in Mount Sinai and they burn in ganja and they're not being productive among I. We want them to come among I and they can be employed. We can hire them to do works and different things like that, you know. So I really hope, because I man see the power that Kenya have in terms of Rastafari. I know that Kenya is one of our headquarters, as Ras Abasa say, for Rastafari globally in terms of the numbers. A lot of people talk about South Africa, but we don't talk about Kenya. And I know Kenya full up a Ras, you know what I mean? So we really want the item to get the victory so that it can spread across Africa, you know, because Kenya is a key. Because as I said, it was Kenya that inspired Bongo Watto from the Nyabingi order in Jamaica to even put on his Congo, you know, because first time in Jamaica, the Rasses never used to wear locks. And it was seeing the Mau Mau in the Jamaica Gleaner, you know what I mean? That was what inspired that, along with the Nazarite vow in the book of Numbers, chapter 6, and the Mau Mau together, that inspired the Youth Black Faith in Jamaica. And the Youth Black Faith evolved into the Nyabingi order, where we burn scissors and comb, you know. So Kenya is part of this history. And we need Kenya to be mightyful, so that, again, it can rise up the youths them all across Africa. And I see some Mark of the Beast kind of activities happening in Kenya with microchip in a hand, you know, program, Bill Gates. I see a lot of things going on in Kenya. Because for those who don't know, Nairobi is a very advanced city. You know, a lot of people, when they think about Kenya, they think about animals and lion and, you know, elephant and them things. But Nairobi is a very advanced city, whole heap of skyscrapers. Kibera is one of the biggest slum on the planet, you know, biggest ghetto on the planet, Kibera. You know, I have a brethren from Kenya, Fire T. I don't know if the item know Fire T. He was here with I in Washington, D.C., you know what I mean? So I learned a lot about Kenya, even from a brethren, when he was here in Washington, D.C. with I. And then I have family also from Kenya. I have aunties and things from Kenya too. So I'm very passionate, you know what I mean, about Kenya and what the item will do. So anytime the item need, and we want to have the item come forward after the court rule. So we want to see how the global family can support the item, you know, in terms of projects, funding, those kind of things. Because again, we want to encourage the item to do some agriculture, grow some food, and be able to feed ourselves, you know. That is the start. And then build some schools, some health centers, some community centers, you know what I mean? I think we can do all of that if we have the global family to support the item, you know. So the item are not alone. The item are not alone. We want the item to know that the global family is here. Lion Voice Network is going to support the item. Whatever the item choose to do, I is here to support the item. What did I say, Ras Abasa?
What we need the most of you up there for diaspora, you need to organize yourself to know, because whatever you normally see is most of white rastas. who come over here and take the land from I and I. But we want our black brethren also to come to acquire land. It's the main
Okay.
problem I've seen this road, you know. When the
Okay.
black people come to the situation over here, they don't have idea what kind of Africa they're coming to face, you know.
Okay.
So they come to get more frustration, but they must feel they're at home because it's where they originated from, you know.
Okay.
So they are in the global, because the only global communities one can help now, because we are in a technocratic era, and
Yes.
this time we don't want to be left out, you know.
Yes.
The multi-corporate now cooperation. We ain't even to come up. I was thinking of Rasta should own a hemp company because we need also to produce something from hemp seed, which
Yes.
people have denied a lot, you know.
Yes.
The
Yes.
hemp oil, milk, hemp cream, and the roughage to feed the malnourished children of Africa.
Yes.
So at the
So
global stake, we need to own. Yes, I am.
no, I'm gonna say that because we can't grow hemp and ganja close together. So where in Kenya could we have that hemp production? Because you know, if you grow them close together, the hemp will mash up your ganja because it will crossbreed.
I see.
So
You
where
know, the best thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the best thing now is it not will be Kenya alone, will be the East Africa community, though we need a
Okay.
stake there also.
Yes.
Yeah, so I know we'll have a lot of land maybe there in Uganda already.
Yes, because we have to be strategic
Yeah,
because I know Kenya have some good high grade ganja already in
true.
Kenya. So we don't want to
True
mash up the
that.
high grade ganja in Kenya with hemp. So we have to be
Yes,
strategic
I.
in terms of where we grow the hemp fields so that we don't cross contaminate and we lose our indigenous landrace strains from Kenya because I always know Kenya have good herb. You know what I mean? I always hear about Kenya herb. So we want to make sure that we're strategic. And I think we need a regional plan. We need a regional plan as Rastafari in terms of, okay, so if we know Uganda going to grow hemp, or we know certain provinces are going to be hemp province, and then certain provinces are going to be the ganja province, you know, but we can't just do things off of zeal anymore. We have to be scientific and we have to be strategic. So I would love to see a plan come from the Rastafari Society of Kenya, a development plan. You know, I think the IDEM need to sit down together and come up with a whole development strategy for Kenya and then see how the international community could help to find the funding to implement this plan. Because what I find with us as Rastafari people globally is that we're very reactive. We react into things that happen to us and we're not planning what we want to see, you know? We have to plan what we want to see. What does this Zion on earth look like in reality? If we don't plan it out, then how are we going to achieve it? You know what I mean? If we don't have a plan, if I ask the item, I have $1 million right now, how are we going to spend this to, you know, most people not going to have a good answer for you, you know?
True that.
So we need to have a plan, and then once we have a plan, then we can break it up into different phases. Phase one, you know, we want our farms because we have to start with food. That's, you know, I always say we have to start with the food because right now, most Rastafari are going to the market for their food. We're not going to a Rastafari farm for our food. No matter how idle the man is still going to somebody else for his food. Very few of I and I are farming the land. And even in those who are farming the land, they're farming for their family. They're not farming in terms of production, where we have post-harvest facility, cold storage, where we can feed a community, you know, that Rastafari is feeding a community. So we have to start there. And I'm challenging the Rastafari Society of Kenya to come up with a plan. So when you come on Lion Voice, it's not just to tell us what's happening. You're getting challenged here because this is a Rastafari platform. We not play with this thing. You know what I mean? We want to see the progress. So I'm challenging the leadership of the Rastafari Society of Kenya to come up with a development plan that I and I internationally can support the item. You know, and we know that this is the budget for the plan. This is how much it's going to cost for the first phase, the second phase, all of those things. We want to see this, you know, because now, as the I say, it's a technological age. The item are not alone. We probably have 2, 3, 4 million Rastafari globally. You know what I mean? $1 from every Rastafari, we have $1 million every day. You know what I mean? We have that power now. So we need to plan accordingly, and then we can go to the international family and say, listen, this is the plan, and this is how we want to work. But I'm challenging the item. Who do I need to challenge? Tell me who I need to talk to. Is it Ras Wambua? What Ras? Is it the I? Who do I need to challenge? Is it the honorable priest? Is it the honorable priest?
Honorable.
Is it I?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come up with the plan.
Yes, sir, my lord. This is a good challenge, eh? And I would like to emphasize on the same thing you said. As Rasta, if we can plant our own food, then there's nothing we are talking about, eh? Because we have to first ground ourselves. Agriculture is the first thing that we're supposed to engage in. First thing we're supposed to engage in as Rastafari, to feed ourselves. Because the person who feeds you controls you.
Straight.
And as the eyes say, most of us, we say we are idle, but whatever we eat, we don't even plant. And we don't even know how this food gets planted, how they get handled. And you see, food is very sensitive, eh? And food affects how you think and how you operate. Food, whatever they say, you are what you eat. You are what you eat. So we can't say we are italist and we can't plant our own food. We can't say we are italist and we can't plant, we can't feed ourselves. So if, as His Majesty said, farming is the noblest thing a man can involve himself in. So it's a good challenge, and same thing, I'd like to challenge the leadership of RSK, as I say. We need to come up with a plan of how we can start planting our own food. Even before we talk about herb or hemp, the first thing we're supposed to do is to plant our own food. Because we can't eat herb, we can't eat hemp, but we need to eat daily to make our body strong, to function and to move. So we take upon that challenge, and as I say, we will sit as the Rastafari Society Committee, Executive Committee, and come up with a plan of how the I and the international community can help us plant our own food, feed ourselves, the surplus we take to the market.
Yes.
That is the part. Before we talk about anything, we need to start planting our own food first and foremost.
First and foremost.
So I take upon that challenge.
I'm going to challenge.
I take upon that.
I'm challenging Ras Kaingi and the ones them at the HQ. Ras Kaingi,
yes, sir.
Unmute. We have a challenge for the item right now. Unmute. Ras Kaingi and the chair, honorable chair. The item unmute. Can the item hear I? Ras Kaingi. They're not hearing I. But no, and okay, yes, Ras Kaingi. Unmute, family. We're having some challenges, and I'm uttering this challenge to all of our Rastafari communities, Jamaica, all over the world, where we have the same challenge right now, is the food, you know what I mean? Food production. We have to start from, and once we have an economic base, you're going to find out that the politics work out itself, because once we're economically strong, the politics is going to work out itself, because that's how politics work. They respond to money and power.
Most natural.
Everything is going to come for us from that food production. So it's a strategy, and this is what I'm challenging our family. We have to be more strategic. Ras Kaingi, and the Honorable Chair. The item can hear I? The item can hear I?
Yes, sir, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, I'm challenging the Honorable Chair and the executive to come up with a development plan for the Rastafari Society of Kenya. The item are willing to accept the challenge?
Yes, yes. I think they have a problem with the mic.
Can you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear? Say something. Okay, we're not hearing the item so clear. Yeah, the light is good. The light is good. The light is good. Honorable Chair, talk to us about agriculture. Do you have any agricultural plans?
Come on, we have the agricultural plan, my lord. We've been on the ground since 2010. We moved from the city and we went to the eastern part of Kenya, where we went and established cultural there. Did some good work there. We planted some fruit trees, in the east. So when we were in the ground, we noticed that there was a big challenge on the ground because we had dug a hole where we are fetching the water, and we had a big challenge. We had no storage for water and the pumping system and the piping and the way that we could do irrigation well, So if Rastafari can acquire a bigger land and then we establish it in a manner that we plan where we can build our houses so that we can work near the land, we can do a very good job there, my lord. And that way we can build our tabernacle there, and then we can build our residence, the place, That way we can even find a way now to establish Rastafari school, and children will not be having problems to go to school. We can organize where our medicine man can be closer to the people, So give thanks, man.
Okay, I have a brethren here, Gulsigeta, who says he said reach out to him. I will provide the plan that was developed since the formulation of RSK in 2015. Do I know about that plan?
Which one?
2015, was there a plan? There was a plan?
Yeah, there was a plan, for the restoration. Yeah, we had that restoration where we were bringing back the Africa as it was in the beginning, upbringing of child, agriculture, discussing business and what, That's for how we can link up with the president.
Okay. I want to connect the eye with the RMO in Jamaica. They're developing a ITAL certification standard. So I want to connect the item because we want RSK to buy some land. How much would it cost to buy 5 acres in Kenya? How much does it cost, or 5 hectares?
Yeah, depends on different location. Like if you go to the eastern province, an hectare goes for 100 up to 200,000 per hectare. 200,000 to 150.
Okay.
But if you go to the place where mostly it's raining, and that now hectare goes for 400, 500,000.
Okay.
It's about $2,000. That is about $2,000 per acre. $2,000 per acre.
Wow, that's cheap.
Very cheap. And I think, Chair, what the host is saying, that we need to come up with a plan. We need to come up with a plan so we can forward to him. He can forward it to the international community to see how we can get help. Because right now we don't even have a plan. Whatever we have is just a plot. So we need land. We need acres and acres. So what the host is saying, he has given us a challenge We come up with a plan that we can forward to him, and he can see how we can able to get assistance. Right now, we have no plan.
We need a
Majesty,
plan. We
my
need a
lord.
plan. And a plan with
Yes,
a budget, a plan with a budget, and a plan with
naturally,
staff.
naturally,
We want to hire people full
naturally.
time. We don't want to volunteer. I don't want a volunteer plan. I
Yes,
want a
I.
plan that have
Yes,
a
I.
budget where we hire people, and if the people don't do the work, they get fired. We're not
Most
skinning tea with
natural.
people. We're not. You come at the work and you burn your chalice and you don't plow the land, you get fired because we're not skinning up
Yes, I.
farmers, Gideon. You understand?
Most natural, most natural. Serious
No
thing
friend,
we need to have
yeah,
now going.
no friend and company right now. You know what I mean? No friend and
Most
company right
natural,
now.
most natural.
We need a good plan, and that plan now, because what happens is, and I see people asking, where are all the sistren? You know, we should be employing sistren that can be in the market. They have a nice stall with red, gold, and green. You're carrying your produce from the farm to the market. So you're servicing the people. You know, we create content that we can put on social media to advertise the food, Rastafari food. We put some little red, gold, and green stickers. We put a brand on it, ITAL. You know what I mean? It's a whole plan. We're not talking about something that is just we're doing a thing. We're talking about the whole supply chain. We get some trucks. You know what I mean? We invest in cold storage so we can store the food so it doesn't spoil. You know what I mean? And we look and see how do we package the food so we can put value added products. You know, if we have honey, for example, we know honey is shelf stable. We have honey that has a brand, RSK branding on it, you know. So I want a full plan, and we have ones who can help the item to formulate that plan too. But we are very, very much in need of planning and being strategic right now. Our elder Bongo Wisely, who is an agronomist, this elder is an agronomist. He said, shouldn't the Rastafari community in Kenya be entitled to lands from their governments? They should lay claim to such. Do you think that the government would give the item land? Is that a
No, I
possibility?
don't think so. This is a capitalist system, so we have to buy land.
We have to
We
buy
can't
land.
say we can't depend on government to give us nothing. We know our politicians corrupt.
Yes,
So
yes.
we have to build that capacity, buy the land ourselves, and build our own economy. As they say, everything else will take care of itself once we are strong economically. Why we
Yes,
Rasta most time get looked down upon is because we have no economy. There's
Yes,
nothing
I.
you can point that this and that Rasta has done this. We have Christians and Islam. People follow them because they see what these people are doing. They're building schools, they're involving themselves in different kind of businesses. They have their own economy. So we are lagging behind because that is what we lack. And that is why even we don't get hard. You see, so we need to come up with a plan. As the high say, we need to be strategic. We just don't need to talk and throw words left, right, center, empty rhetorics. We need to come up with a tangible plan whereby any professional see it, you see that this is something that they can support. It is workable. So that is what we need to come up with. And as I say, we will sit as the RSK executive committee and come up with a plan that we can forward to the eye. I think that is a good start. If we can do that, that will be a good start.
I am part of the item. I am your brother. I am your brother. So I am here for the item. I want the item. Look at the screen here. I created this as a model of what Africa can look like. If you look very closely, and I have shared this with the family in Jamaica. You see the farm there. You see the solar panels there where you can have tours. You can have people come and tour your farm. You have a cafe. You have a wholesale. You have a storage area. You have water storage. This is what I need to envision. So when I'm talking about building a farm, I'm not just talking about a regular farm. We're talking about building something that can also generate money, because people will fly from all over the world to tour the Rastafari farm. You know what I mean? This now becomes eco-tourism, where you have people coming from all over Africa. They can eat at the Rastafari cafe. The item can see the repatriation farmers market. You have places where people can stay. You have the cafe where your farm to table settings. This is what we're talking about when we're talking about a plan, family. We're talking about a full system and economy. So this is another image again of what we're talking about when we talk about greenhouses. We're talking about solar panels. We're talking about a wholesale. We're talking about storage. So you have your cold storage on the site, the facility. And again, you have it where you can be giving tours. People coming from Nairobi to the farm because they want to have a nice outing for the afternoon on the Rastafari farm. You know what I mean? This is what we're talking about when we're talking about plan. So this is something that can be implemented all over Africa, just like you have Chinatown. Anywhere you go in the world, you have Chinatown. And the Chinese people set up their system. We want to have a Rastafari village plan where everywhere you go in Africa, you can go to the Rastafari farm. You can have a nice family day there. You can get your food, your ital bubble, and the excess is going into the city, into Nairobi to sell. This is what we're talking about, family. So I want the item see the vision. I'm going to share this with the item in WhatsApp so the item can see the vision that we're talking about here. This is so we're talking about the modern and the ancient being put together in a cohesive strategy. You see in the background the Rastafari city. This is what we use technology to do, is to visualize the future. So I want us to get out of the poverty mindset. You know, this is not I and I. We are kings, we are queens, we are the royal sons and daughters. We are the angelic beings in the physical form. You see me I say? So this is what we're looking at. I want the item take time and just put it in your memory bank, your meditation, because this is what the Lion Voice Network is about, is transformation. We want to turn all of the slums into garden states. We want to turn Kabira into a garden nation where urban agriculture throughout the ghettos, you know what I mean? We're planting food in the ghetto. These things are happening, but we need to, as Rastafari, we need to be at the head of the transformation of the new Africa. And the item are on the ground. So I am challenging, again, the Rastafari Society of Kenya, because look how mighty the item are on this platform. Look how many of the item come forward. I feel so good to see so many faces of I brothers and sisters. And I can look at my brethren in Jamaica and see brethren who look just like the item. So I know, say, we are one. Each of the item, I know brethren that could be the item twin, you know. I tell the item. So I know, say, we are one people, you know what I mean? So I want to see that plan. I'm going to give the item a couple of months to come up with the plan, but we're going to follow up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to ask the global community to help to finance the plan. So we're not leaving the item by yourself to do the plan. We want to encourage the investment, because we have Rastafari in England, in America, in the Caribbean who have money. You know, we want to ask the artists them to come on board and to support as well, you know, because we have a lot of artists that we know as well. So people will support the item once the item have a plan that's properly put together. Ras Wambua Mwendwa, does it make sense, Elder? Or am I just running my mouth? It makes sense?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm just listening, and it's a good idea you spoke about that issue. And for my side, since in the first time 2018 when we went to court for my daughter being chased away from school for being a Rasta. So we come with a plan of having our own school.
Yes.
You see, but that plan we our brother that time he was our secretary. We call him Japila.
Yes.
Indaba. So he came up with a good plan and he drafted it down and he came up with around 40 million.
Okay.
Yeah, to if we have 40 million, we can establish a school. And that school, we can have a land to grow food for we and for the school children.
Okay.
So we cannot say there is no plan. We have a
Okay.
plan.
We have a plan.
But
How much is 40 million shilling? How much is that in dollars?
Yeah, it's only the capital. We don't have it.
Yeah. How much is
But
40 million in dollars? How much is that when you translate that to dollars? 40 million.
you know, as you said, like 1 million US dollar here is like 120 million.
Okay.
You see that that amount can do a lot here. We can buy
So
land, we can build school, we can farm a lot. We can do
so when
many things.
so when we're talking about 40 million, we have to divide it by 120.
Yeah.
So that's about 30,000. That's about $30,000, which is not terrible, you know, for a school to build a school, 30,000 US, 35,000 US.
Yeah, for children.
And I can tell you that if we have 50,000 Rastafari that give $10, that's 500,000 US. So I want the global family listening to this to know that when we're talking about development, if we're doing it collectively, we're not talking about no big money from any individual. We're talking about small money from a lot of people, and we can do so much. 50,000 US, they're saying can build a school. 50,000 US.
Yeah.
50,000 US divided by $10 is 5,000. If we have 5,000 people give $10, we have 50,000 US, which would be more than 40 million Kenya shillings. So I want the item to know the power that we have globally if we are strategic and if we have a plan. Right now, I have 73,000 subscribers on this platform. So I'm asking my subscribers to be prepared for this work that we are asking, that we are challenging our brethren and sisters on the continent. We have to start the development of the continent by working with our brethren and sisters who are on the ground in the continent, because we don't come to reinvent the wheel. Brethren are already there doing the work. They need the capital. What we will do now is hold the ones accountable. You know what I mean? Because we're not going to send money and the work is not done. That is where the fire will burn. You know what I mean? We want to make sure that when the money come in, that the people have jobs and that the youths are employed to do the work. And if they don't do the work, they get fired and somebody else get that job. So we're not dealing with friend and company. But I don't want to sound too harsh, but I want the item to know that the time is now. You know what I mean? We don't have no time for no long talking. I mean, this elder has been treading Rastafari since he was a teenager. He's an elder with adult children now. We don't have no time to waste, family. You know what I mean? Most of these brethren have been treading since their teenage years. and we still don't have a school functioning anywhere on earth right now as Rastafari. We should ashamed, you know what I mean? But we don't have to make us sad because we still have life and we still have His Majesty example. So we just have to stop being disobedient and fulfill the work of Kadamawi Haile Selassie I, who was the Minister of Education. And the school that we build should be based around the farm, so the youth can learn the farming. That's your workforce right there too, because the youths, then part of their classwork would be to go out and weed the farm, learn about the plants. They're getting edification. They're outside, so we don't have to make it hard. You know what I mean? It can be. Let me again show the item what we're dealing with. You see all of these people in the thing. Those could be students that are working in the field at the farm. These could be your students right here taking their classes. You know what I mean? You have your solar panels for your crops that need cool, like your cucumber and them things there. So I want us to really start to have that vision of what we can do if we work together globally. So I'm going to follow up with the chair, with the honorable chair, to get the plan. We need to see it written down. We need to see the budget and the staffing requirements and all of those things. And we're going to help the item to put this plan in action by asking our global audience to contribute to the plan, to fund the plan. So again, 40,000 US is not no big money. That's 5,000 people. $10. You know what I mean? $10 is a cup of coffee in America right now. And I tell them the truth. You know what I mean? So this is not no fantasy that we're
One more
talking.
thing, please.
Yeah?
Yeah. One more thing, please.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I used to make this bingy drum. One
Okay.
piece, not big. You see? Yeah. It's only frame remaining and the skin.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been making this bingy around now 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyone who need a bingy set, I make them all, even the bass drum.
Okay. Does the Rastafari Society of Kenya do the item have a skills bank where we can see who does what work? So if people want to buy things, they can go to the Rastafari Society and find out.
Yeah, we have different any let's say our members they used to make different things, like everyone had his own art, so we can bring them all together and show them to you people.
Please, because we would love to share that with the global family. Because people might want to buy things, or people traveling to Kenya, they want to connect with the item and spend money with the item, you know. So right now we have to do the mapping of our communities to find out what skills we have amongst I and I, who is doing what, who is the plumber, who is the drum maker, who is making the clothes, who is, you know, we need all of this information that we can share it. Because remember, there's no more such thing as just local business. You know, we have the internet now. The item are talking to I across the world, you know, across land and sea right now. We have people, we have Ras Kadamawi in Zambia who's watching this live right now. So we have to just get this out of our mind that we're just local working. This is no more. We're in a new age, the age of Aquarius, the age of knowing. You know what I mean? We're cramp and paralyzing the barriers that have separated us. So in terms of economics, we have to think global now. You know what I mean? Because all of our communities, we don't have the number to sustain us locally. But if we look globally, it becomes very easy, because again, 5,000 people, $10, we build a school. We can do that 3 times for the strong in 3 different places. You know what I mean? And it costs one person $30. So we have to break the bonds that stop us from coming together over land and sea. And we can do it now. We can do it now. I want to give everyone a chance to just say a final word sound. We'll start with the Ras Abasa. Give us a final word sound just in terms of what sound you want for the global family, and then also let us know how can the global family support the court case that's coming up. What did the item need from the global family for this court case ruling that's coming up, and just give us final sound. And if the item have any contacts you want people to contact the I for goods and services, you can feel free to share it as well right now, because we encourage our audience to support our guests, spend money with our guests. So Ras Abasa, just give us your final sound from Mount Kenya.
My final sound is just we are mighty race, as Marcus Garvey say. If we come together, we can accomplish our aim. And we in Africa, we are waiting, brothers, from diasporas, because you know the way you are and where we on this side is so different. We're going slavery and we are going colonialism. We have a long way to share, but when you come together, because everything is at hand, wherever we meditate, think about it, resonate, it truly manifests, because Kenya is the powerhouse. They have the vibration, the energy, the frequency, and the good magnetic pull. So this is the real time. But the global stick, we need to have a serious global community, because you know this is a technocratic era. We need to embrace ourselves more, because luckily enough we still have Africa is what we have in hand. And to add something on that, in the land, the more we buy back land, the more cheaper it becomes. When you buy like an hectare per acre is around 70 to 80,000 Kenyan shillings. So we should look also for the communal land and the trust lands, which we have them in Kenya.
Yes.
So there is in Kenya also the land set system in the court. We need to visit there and see where is the Kenya, our trust land, our under community land. Because the churches and the most international churches, they have lands here. We don't know how they acquire lands. If we go through the way of churchical order, we know still we can't afford lands as a communal way, as the elder has expressed himself there. Is what I may say. We are mighty people. I know we'll accomplish whatever we need.
Yes, I give thanks and Isis, Ras Abasa, mightyful from the hills of Mount Kenya. I'm gonna go to the honorable priest. Your final sound, honorable priest. Honorable priest. Hold on. One
Can you hear me?
Yes, I. Go ahead, honorable priest.
Oh, give thanks once again, honorable chair and the host. As Marcus Garvey said, we have to organize and centralize. And our strength is in our unity.
Isis.
And as the I said, Rastafari is not local. We are international people. So we are calling upon all Rastaman and woman internationally to see how we can cooperate from east to west. We can build up Africa. We can't depend on politicians to build Africa. They're sellouts. They're collaborators. There's I and I, the Rastaman and Rasta woman, who can restore Africa glory. And we can only do it if we cooperate and put our strength together, heart in heart, arm in arm, to do what needs to be done. And we know as Rases, we know our biggest challenge is our economy. Once we strengthen our economy, all else will take care of itself. All other politics, everything else will fall in its rightful place. So the time is now, and now is the time. We need to be strategic in everything we do. We can't just depend on hope. Hope is never a strategy.
No.
We have to strategize and we have to plan. As they say, if you don't plan, you're planning to fail.
Aye.
So Rasta for the longest time, we have been full of rhetoric. That is what we need to cut out. We need now to get our hands on the wheel and do what needs to be done and steer this vehicle towards Africa restoration and Africa liberation. It's I and I who can make Africa great again. I do give thanks to the host once again. Give thanks for such a platform and give thanks to ones and ones who are listening to I and I in this time. I just ask the man to bless us and strengthen us in our endeavors. My Lord and Majesty, give thanks. Enough respect. Blessed.
Thanks, mightiful, mightiful. Ras, I'm going to ask. We're gonna seal up with Ras Kaingi and the ones them there. Ras Benaya, can you turn on your camera and give us your final sound? Ras Benaya.
Yes, sir. Yes, I. Yes, I.
Give us your final sound. Give us
Yes,
your
I.
final
Blessed.
sound. Yes, I.
Yeah, man, blessed. I give thanks to be forward again on the show. I had to hop off because I had a call, but some things have changed. You know, I work with the Just Match Georgis in the HSFFLS, you know.
Okay.
So it's a very great loop of a network that we have. He's told me about the eye, and I think this is awesome. What we are having now, the connection between Kenya and the IDEM in the DMV and the whole Western Hemisphere, because I know also there you represent Jamaica,
yes,
and the whole Western Hemisphere, as I said. And I really appreciate of the eye for what the eye has said in terms of this challenge that you have put forward. You know, we really respect and we know that life is challenging all over. So it's really full encouraging to see the IDEM come forward and show that willingness to support the work. It shows responsibility, a kind of financial responsibility that the I family has, the IDEM who are in the West, upon here, because like we said, our economic muscle has to be firmer if we have to survive in this in the events that are going on and the changes that are going on technologically. Generations also are coming up, younger generation. We have to really strengthen our economic muscle. And it's you are very right when you remind us about the land, because the land is everything. Land is everything. It's on the land that we'll get food, clothing, shelter, education, institutions, and we will base even our spiritual institutions there.
Yes.
So I resonate with the AI because I am currently based in an agricultural place environment. I do some little bit of agriculture. I just started initiatives in this particular area, some small projects, nurturing them from small into big things, big vision.
Yes, sir.
Just like what you've shared with I, the images that you've shared, that vision of having, hubs, Rasta hubs, where we have all these, outlets, where people can come and they spend their dollar,
Yes,
without a cap. They are not buying just one product that they find on the shelf, but they can spend across different services and different goods. I resonate with that vision for the community, because, and I know also when we work together in unity, there is more strength, and we'll get to our goals faster than if we work individually. So give thanks, my brethren. We've heard the eye, and we will work. I'm also part of the office in RSK, and we shall work towards coming up with a plan
Yes,
that we can implement and make sure that Rastafari, we are just no longer, moving about in the city and in the ghetto. The city is a trap. It can show you life is okay on day-to-day basis, but sometimes until you come out of the city, you zoom out and you see really where you are in terms of the time that we are in. So the repatriation has to happen here locally at the same time as international repatriation is happening. These things they only make sense because, like we say now, when you come and you come to a community, you don't want to come to a community that is just based in the ghetto. You want to come to the land. You feel that you are in Africa, not just a ghetto. So give thanks, brethren. Yeah, man. And I'm happy to share the word, sound, and power on the issue. Big up the lion's voice. Yeah, man. It's time to tell Lion Eye's story in this Iowa. Rastafari.
Straight. I'm going to Ras Wambasa, and we're gonna seal up with Ras Kaingi and the ones them at the HQ. Your final sounds, Elder. You have to unmute.
Yes, I give thanks once for this opportunity to talk to my international brethren and sisters directly. Yeah, as I said earlier, we need such plan for education for our children.
Yes.
Because my daughter, it was not the last one. Or that thing happened that time didn't end that time. Till now, they are operating our children still because majority schools are run by these religion people. So they want us to follow their. So it is very difficult for our children to learn in those institutions because they don't teach Rastafari.
No.
They teach otherwise. So right now we need that, but for emergency of our case in court or our petition in court, we have a legal team which worked with us all those 6 years until now.
Give thanks.
Yeah, man. So we are asking our brethren there or well-wishers who can assist us with 3 million Kenya shilling. I don't know how much is that in dollars. Yeah, for just to say thank you for the service they did for us for those 6 years until this end the time of the case. So I'm asking if we can get that fund before the judgment. It can be good for us to settle down with that legal team.
That is 23,000 US dollars.
Yeah, around.
Yeah, that's
Something like
23,000 US dollars.
if someone can assist us or the brethren out there, it will be good because if in case the court rule in our favor, it will be also freedom for our brethren who will be visiting us here.
Yes.
So it will be good, and we are looking forward if it is going to be in our favor to cultivate it here, and we need assistance from international brethren and sisters who are ready to come and cultivate the plant here with
Yes, sir.
us. Yeah, man. Give thanks, Rastafari.
Give thanks, Elder. Give thanks, our esteemed Elder, for everything that
So,
the eye has done, for being a pioneer. We do give thanks for the eye, and we know the eye sacrifice, the eye family sacrifice, and we are honored to have the eye here with us on the Lion Voice Network. We lost Ras Kaingi. I don't know what happened to Ras Kaingi. We lost him, but I want to just share this image one more time. I'm going to send this in WhatsApp so the item can see this image and be inspired to know that this is what we can build if we come together. You know what I mean? This is what we can build. Rastafari eco villages that can be an economic where we can live, we can employ our young people. You can welcome guests and visitors from around the world. We can be shipping food into the cities because remember, in this Armageddon, the cities are going to collapse first because the cities depend on food coming from the country. And even what's happening in the Middle East with the cost of fuel, the diesel costs, all of the food is going to be more expensive in the cities. So now is a great opportunity for us to have food and be able to make more money from food production because people are going to want cheap, good, clean food. So let me just let the HQ say the final word. So Raska Ingi and the HQ, the item can give us the last final sound. Give us your final sound.
Can you hear us now?
We're not hearing the item. Give us.
Issues with our signal.
Yes, give thanks for the light. Give us your final sound.
So final shout out goes to the Lion Voice for giving Rastafari Society of Kenya an opportunity to present their views and this struggle, this cannabis struggle that we are really, going through right now. Secondly, I also want to give to the elders of Rastafari Society of Kenya because it was them who came up with the idea and perseverance the struggle, perseverance the persecution, which is still going on. But the platform that they came forward is the one that I is riding on in this time. So we give thanks and we give thanks for the colleagues that you've given us. And right here we are with the chairman. We will be going to look at it. We'll come up with a plan or a blueprint of something that we are envisioning to do to champion this journey. So give thanks. I'll hand over to the chairman and then the secretary and then close off.
Yes, I.
Yeah, man. Give thanks and praises again. To add on with what the president is saying, that the plan we have as I Rastafari, we know that the new world order is around the corner, you know?
Yes, I.
And they have planned to achieve by the Vision 2030. And
Yes.
I as Rastafari know what the plan of the new world order is to put I down, you know?
Yes,
because
I.
we know by the person who will be having water and food is the one who will be the rich, not the one who will be having papers and big cars. So I being an italist, depending from the land, it will be very bad for us not to having our own land where we can plant our food, where we can preserve our seeds, because we know that we are the last stage of the world. And if we Rastafari, we lose the taste, the whole world will be gone, you know. So we are the custodian of the mother, Rastafari. So together we take Rastafari into the front.
Give thanks. I'm going to be in touch with the Honorable Chair to get the plan from the Honorable Chair. So I'm going to be in touch with the Ras Alakhu, final sound.
Lord, give thanks to the Almighty for life, health, and strength, and give thanks also for the brotherhood and community in this time. Give thanks for the Lion's Voice to help I to tell I stories. So give thanks also for the accumulated experiences also of the elders, because so much research has been done, because as a people also as youth growing up, we must do research also to see how our liberty can thrive. So we've already done so much research about land, the different areas, the areas that are sustainable in terms of consistent rain, and also good soil, and also prices. So that research is there for the different areas also. And the missing link has always been the economy, you know. So now with the international cooperation of INI region and liberty, we give thanks to know that encouragement also is there. As His Majesty say, also the spiritual and the material must work hand in hand. Because many of the times when we draw up our plans and we present to the system, it is not really what they are looking for, you know. So Anna is happy also to present our plans also to Rastafari, because we know we have a lot, we share a vision in common. Give thanks also for the vision and the mission of repatriation. So give thanks. So together working with the chair, we are going to make sure that we have a plan and present the plan also with the budget, also working together also with different environments. So give thanks again, you know, for the encouraging and calling forward also the cooperation and the unity of Rastafari International. So we give thanks, and we are looking forward also to see also our brothers and sisters coming home and I and I living up together and utilizing the resources that we have on the continent also for our future generation. So we give thanks also for this platform and also for ones and ones who are listening in. And we give thanks also for Haile Selassie Rastafari, wise mind, knowledge, and understanding. Give thanks and praise.
Give thanks and Isis. There you have it, family. The Rastafari Society of Kenya. We're going to be checking in with them periodically here on the Lion Voice Network so we can give updates. Right after the case, we get the ruling. We're going to ask the item to come forward and share the court ruling with the global family. How do people who want to support, the elder said that the item need 23,000 US. How do people who want to contribute to the item legal fund, where would they send the funds to?
So we're going to, the NI account will be shared forward to the I.
So what we will do in the description of this video on YouTube, go in the description as soon as I get the link from the brethren them, I'll put it in the description. So, you know, most people will watch this on the replay. When you get to this part, go into the description and you will see how you can support the brethren them directly. Lion Voice Network, we don't handle any money. We are not a middleman. We are just here to raise the awareness to the global family and to let us know about the power that we have as a collective. When we work together, it's not burdensome. You know what I mean? It may sound like a lot of money, but when we come together, it's really not a lot of money. 2,300 people, $10, and they cover their legal costs. You know what I mean? You know, we have videos with 40, 50,000 viewers. So if we can just get 2,000 of the item, $10 US, they can cover their legal fund. Also, when they have their plan, we're gonna come forward and ask the item to help to contribute to the plan, so that we can help to fund their plan. We're not saying that we're gonna pay for everything. We're not promising that, but we are going to appeal to the global family to give that strength to what the item are doing, so that the item can employ people. And that is key to us, is making sure that we have full-time people, because a lot of time we have projects, but we don't have anybody who is full-time employed to make sure that the project work, and then the project fail because we're trying to do it with volunteer labor, and then the volunteers have to go and hustle to maintain their own families. So we need a full-time staff that can be working on this project, this agricultural project. We need money to buy the land, so that the land can be owned by the Rastafari Society of Kenya fully, outright. We want to make sure the item have land, make sure that the different, and we can do it in phases. So we don't have to have all the money up front. We can do it piece by piece in terms of the plan. So I'm asking the global family who watch this episode to know that Kenya is one of our strategic places on the continent. It's important for all of us around the world to make sure that Kenya is strong. Why? Because Kenya is one of the financial capitals of Africa. There's a lot of money that goes through Nairobi. May I tell them the truth? So if we have Kenya strong, it's going to help the whole East Africa, you know what I mean, in terms of our development strategically. So Kenya, Ethiopia, South Africa, Ghana, these are some of our strategic centers on the continent that we have to make sure that we support the Rastafari communities in these regions. These are also communities that have historic Rastafari communities, meaning Rastafari is well established in these countries. So Kenya is very important to I. And again, we have put out the challenge to get the plan from Kenya, and we're going to be coming to the global family to support whatever that plan is. And the plan has to be based on agriculture. because if we don't feed ourselves, we cannot free ourselves. You know what I mean? We can have all of the talk that we want, but if we cannot feed ourselves, we will always be a slave to the people who are feeding us. So we have to start with agriculture, and then from agriculture we can branch out to everything, because once you have the land, you can do festivals on the land. You can bring artists, you can do all kind of different things with the land, but get the land first, plant the land, feed ourselves, and then we go from there. All right. We will be returning today, 5 p.m. Ras Bobby Morgan, who is a pioneer of Rastafari in Malawi. We have another episode. So today is a double episode. And then after we reason with Ras Bobby Morgan, later today we have the IDOR, Universal Development of Rastafari Study Group. I'll be posting that link in our Patreon. So if you want to join our international study group, become a member, you can join for free of the Patreon. I'll have the link for the study group in the Patreon, where we study the selected speeches of His Majesty. So you can join. So we have a full day of activities today. Return 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Jamaica time, Ras Bobby Morgan, and the history of Rastafari radio in Africa, in Malawi. We're going to go there today. Big up to the Rastafari Society of Kenya, all of the brethren them. I'm inspired to see the item. The item are mightyful. Know that the item have the power, and the item are pioneers, and the item are great. Next time, though, we want to see some sistering too, because we have to have that balance. So next time, we want to see the sistering them forward too, so we can hear from the sistering. But remember that I and I are one. We are one Rastafari family. So there you have it, family. The time has come for the Lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion Voice.
Blessed love, this is Mark Surprise. It's time for the Lions to tell their own story. See? God bless.
Blessed love. Yes, Lion Voice Network.
What are you waiting for? Come together, calling from near and far. Know who you are. What are you waiting for? Rally up, it takes the dust. What are you waiting for? Ancestors paved the way for us. Yes, I am Ketis Oyonde, asking, what are you waiting for to come together? The time has come for the Lions to tell our own story. This is the Lion's Voice.
African pride, root of all nations, boy. I tried with the lion, the Rastafari. Lion of it tried with lioness like Title. Empress on the front line, we need you. Well, this is Medicine, the steady one, and you are now tuned in to the Lion's Voice Network. What the lion fought for do? Scorch them. Roast and parch them.
Empress Manel, and a young scientist. Oh, your role universally unfold. Be told, Blessed love, this is Itege Idama, and it's time for the lioness and the lion's voices to be heard. This is the Lion's Voice, Rastafari.
Greetings, this is Warrior King, and the time has come for the lions and the lioness to tell their own story. This is the Lion's Voice. Give thanks and praise for the wonderful blessing that's been poured on me. Give thanks and praise. Jah use I as an instrument to set the people free. Jah give her the power to chant. Jah give her the power to chant. Rastafari, the Lion's Voice.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the Lion's Voice, we come to tell our story. Rastafari, live it. Hey, the Lion's Voice, Rastafari.
Yeah, David Dread of Steel Pulse, and I'm saying hail to Lion Voice because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here, hear me now. Yeah, the lion's voice. Raw.
I'm Nana Faraka. The time has come for the lioness to tell her story from her viewpoint and tell the world who Queen Omega is. This is the lion's voice.
Well, lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice.